It's been almost a year since historic elections in Georgia, and Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger is working hard to make sure there are no questions down the road about whether or not Georgia's elections are legitimate. Kayla Solomon fills us in on what's happening now as we head towards next year's gubernatorial race.
Since November, all eyes have been on Georgia after two historic elections in November and January. And Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger has been at the center of the conversation, while other Republican leaders accuse the state for having widespread election fraud.
Attorney General Barr has stated that he and the Justice Department, this is President Trump's Justice Department, has seen no widespread fraud. They have had multiple investigations like us, and our investigators have seen no widespread fraud either.
Then there was a full hand recount, which was a first for the state of Georgia.
Because we now have that verifiable paper ballot, for the first time in 18 years, we're going to have something to count instead of just pressing a button and getting the same answer. So we'll be counting every single piece of paper, every single ballot.
After a full hand recount and a Department of Justice lawsuit, Raffensperger's office says they're taking steps to clean voter rolls and improve election integrity. Georgia election officials are sending more than 185,000 notifications to voters who have been inactive. They're sending notices to voters who have had no contact with Georgia's election system for at least 5 calendar years. Their registrations will be classified as inactive if they do not respond within 30 days. In a release, Raffensperger says, quote, "Accurate voter lists are fundamental to election integrity. They ensure ineligible people cannot vote, allow counties to effectively allocate resources so there are no long lines, and help make sure voters get accurate information about casting their ballot." The release adds that none of these inactive people's votes were cast in the last election. Reporting in Macon, Kayla Solomon, 13 WMAZ News.
And to make sure your voting status is still active, you can check the Secretary of State's website or the Georgia My Voter page.